Good morning, ma'am. This is Marjorie Montara Solis from FSM2D. This morning, I will discuss the cuisine of Greece. So, let's start. The cuisine of Greece. Cuisine is style of cooking characterized by distinctive ingredients, techniques, and dishes, and usually associated with a specific culture or geographic region. Regional food preparation, costume, and ingredients often combine to create dishes unique to a particular region. A cuisine is primarily influenced by the ingredients that are available locally or through trade. They can even be made into distinctive ingredients themselves when they become popular with a region. Take example from cuisine of Greece. So when we say cuisine, which is kusina, which is kaning kuan siya, specialty siya sa isa ka lugar na nagrepresent silang culture, and then kanang mga ingredients na naara sila ha, which is pareha sa Indian cuisine, more in spices, ilahang mga food to, which is kanang naara sa ilaha ng mga ingredients. What is Greek cuisine or Greece cuisine? Greece cuisine is the cuisine of Greece and the Greek diaspora, and common with many other cuisine in the Mediterranean. So, ang Greece cuisine kay na-influensyahan siya sa Mediterranean cuisine, which is more and mga herbs and spices, wherein it more in wheat, fish, meat, including pork and poultry, veal, beef, lamb, rabbit, and goat. It is founded principle of freshness and healthy simplicity. So, ang cuisine sa Greece, which is more and ginagamit nila mga fresh vegetable and fresh meat. Then simple ra but kaning maka-amaze sa ato ang mata. The cuisine of Greek is some 4,000 years old. It's believed the first ever cookbook was written in 320 BC at Archistratos. The cuisine of Greece was abundant of oil, olive, fresh vegetables, grains, bread, spices, and cheese. Olive and bread are sacred, even their own god, Athena, the god of wisdom and courage. So, ang olive sacred dito, which is tungod sa katong god of courage, and was used for anointing of kings and athletes in ancient Greece and considered the symbol of peace, wisdom, and purity. Honey also sacred because it was an offering to the god and used as beauty agent. So, when was a beauty agent, ginagamit ang honey para which is kanang makapa natili sa ilang pagkagwapa, which is mga pareha ng main ingredients sa mga beauty product, and also as a medicine. Milk products like cheese and yogurt are also important in the Greek cuisine that made from sheep features prominently in the Greek diet. So, when we say Greek cuisine, usually naagyod sa ilahang pagkaon ang cheese, yogurt, and milk. So, mao di jud mawala sa ilaha. So, the staple ingredients of Greece cuisine. Myzetra or myzetra is a Greek whey cheese or mixed with milk whey cheese from sheep or goats or both as a fresh cheese, similar to Italian and a salt-dried grating cheese similar to Italian kay kahalta-salta. So, kan siya, kung tanaw na to siya, hamis kisa na cheese, which is, kanan siya na cheese na ani siya pagkaparat. Casere is a medium hard or hard pale yellow cheese made from pasteurized or unpasteurized sheep milk and at most 20% goat's milk. So, ang casere, more in, kung siya kaning more in goat's milk. So, pale yellow, which means kanang mura siya, luspad siya na pagka-yellow yung color. Most popular dish of Greece, moussaka, is an eggplant or potato-based dish often including ground meat, which is common in Egypt. It's baked around beef sauce and then smoothened in a thin white sauce. So, ang moussaka, made siya in eggplant or potato. which is ginagamit niyang base is a ground meat. Papoutsakea, or known as a Greek stuffed eggplant. Greek dish received its name from the resemblance of its shapes with lettuce it filled with the ground meat. So kani siya gibake na eggplant, which is ang iyahang sulod ana is na ay ground meat na dagan og sagol na spices. Pastétseo is a Greek baked pasta dish with ground meat and bechamel sauce, with variation of the dish found in other countries of the Mediterranean Sea. So kani siya na dish kay na influence ni siya by the Mediterranean, which is kani siya pasta siya nag-bake with ground milk, then gibot nga og sauce na bechamel. Souvlaki is a popular fast food consisting of small pieces of meat and sometimes vegetable grilled on a skewer. The most usually used in Greece and Cyprus is pork, although beef, and lamb may be also used. So, kaning souvlaki kung sa ato diri street food ni siya, like na mga barbecue like barbecue ingon sa ila mo ni ang street food. So, Zokia, or also known as a Greek meatballs. It is a Greek and Turkish dish or spicy oblong meatballs with a cumin and garlic served into tomato sauce. Stefado or stefatu is a is it pronounced in a Greek? It is truly flavorful meat cooked in red wine along with shallots and plenty of sweet spices. It used a type of meat like game meat such as duck, wild boar, wild rabbit. So ang stefado nagamit siya og mga meat na kanang gikan sa wild animals like rabbit. It is more in spices and giserve siya which is kanang shallot sa top, which is kanang nakahatag pud siya og flavor sa dishes. And then tomato kifteds or tomato fritters. Our fried tomato our fried tomato bowl served as an appetizer on Greek island of Santorini and generally cycled is made from crushed or pure tomato fried oil. So kani siya ang tomato fritters made siya from the crushed tomato. Bechamel sauce is a sauce traditionally made from a white yolks and milk. Bechamel may also referred to as bechamel or white sauce. French, Italians, and Greek bechamel sauce recipe include the nutmeg as a seasoning base. Bechamel sauce is one of the mother sauces of French. So when we say mother sauces, mao ni siya ang sagara na ginagamit na mga sauce sa Greece, which is made from white rocks and milk. And that's all my report for this morning. Again, this is Marjorie Montara Salas from FSM 2D.
Good day, everyone, especially to our teacher, Ma'am Ferlin Aboy. Ma'am, I am Login Bitambes of FSM 2D, and I am assigned to discuss about the Southern European cuisine. The Mediterranean region of Southern Europe includes Spain, Southern France, and Italy. All three of these countries have an incredible rich and varied history that makes up their traditional cuisines. But today, I am going to focus on the food found in Italy. Italy is also home of two large islands with their own unique culinary tradition, Sicily and Sardinia. Sicily is the largest Mediterranean island, and its rich history is reflected in sites like the Valley of the Temple, where the Sardinia is a large Italian island in the Mediterranean Sea. The cuisine of Italy, perhaps more than any other in the Mediterranean, it is recognizable and eaten throughout the world. Italians have great revenge of quality foods, fresh ingredients, and act of eating itself. So, ang Italian kay naagaan sila sa known sila as their quality foods, fresh of ingredients, and act of eating itself. So, Italian food emerged from the traditions of cucina povera, or poor cuisine, which draws on humble seasonal ingredients to create rich but simple and flavors. Many dishes in Italian have only 4 to 8 ingredients, and a chef rely on the freshness and quality of ingredients rather than complicated preparation. In Italy, the ingredients are allowed to shine. So ang Italy ana sila og 4 to 8 ingredients. So Italian staples. The first thing to come to our mind when we think Italian food is pasta. So, Italian's pasta is tradition dates back to at least 1554, but only relatively recently has pasta become such as component of meal. So sa Italian daw kay maan nato kung magting about Italian food, ang first come to our mind is about their pasta. So traditionally, pasta was eaten as a small, simple item, often plain and white and with the hands. The first written record of tomato sauce being eaten with pasta is in 1970 cookbook. Prior to the 14th and 15th century, pasta was almost always prepared fresh and not dried. So daghang klaseng pasta, and one of the example is dried pasta. Ang dried pasta sa Italian is become a popular due to its easy storage daw. So it was often brought on long exploratory sea journeys to the New World, which helps explain its quick spread throughout the world's cuisine. Most pasta is made from unleavened dough and formed into sheets or cut into shapes, then cooked and served either plain, drizzle with oil, or with a sauce and other ingredients. So dagan kayong klaseng paghimo sa pasta, then I will show some example of that. Then some pasta is made also with other grains, and eggs are sometimes used instead of water. Pasta. Each pasta shapes has its own special purpose dako no. Then the long thin strands like spaghetti or linguine are ideal for delicate sauces like pesto. A sauce made of garlic, basil, pines, nuts, olive oil, and Parmesan cheese, or mo na siya ang pesto nga sauce, or simple drizzle with extra virgin olive oil. Then the thicker and sometimes concave or twisted pasta like fusilli or farfalle are great for thicker sauce like tomato sauce called marinara or Neapolitan, so that they can stand up to the bold sauces. Then naapoy another popular type of pasta in Italian, and this is the filled varieties like tortellini and ravioli, which are little packets of pasta dough stuffed and delicious mixture of cheese and meat and or vegetables. So maoni ang picture sa fusilli pasta, farfalle pasta, then long thin pasta drizzle with pesto sauce. Di mao po ni ang tortellini pasta o ravioli pasta. So ang Italy pod kay na known pod sila for their cheese. So a good example of this sa cheese is a Parmigiano. Parmigiano Reggiano, which comes from only 5 provinces in Italy. Parmigiano Reggiano is touted as the king of Italian cheese. Mo ni siya ang king Italian cheese, and I will show the picture of this. And nothing compares to the complex taste of this cheese freshly grated on a bowl of pasta with rich tomato sauce. So, ang kaning cheese nga Parmigiano Reggiano kay ginaan nila sa pasta nga with sauce. In fact, the wonderfully savory flavor of Parmigiano Reggiano is a great example of the umami flavor. So, Parmigiano Reggiano has the second highest glutamate content of any naturally produced food, second only to the French cheese called Roquefort or Roquefort. So mo ani ang Parmigiano Reggiano na cheese. So dako kay siya diba? So bantog siya gihimong king cheese. So mozzarella. Familiar naman nato ni mozzarella, diba? Ginaan nato ni sa kay cheese. Nakita na po nato ni sa mga mukbang nga lami kay ni siya. So the most popular toppings for pizza is mozzarella, and it is used in a variety ways of Italian cooking. So traditionally made from the milk, ang mozzarella daw is made from the milk of the water buffalo Most fresh mozzarella is made from cow's milk. So most of the mozzarella is made from cow's milk. So fresh mozzarella has a chewy texture and its light subtitle cheese is a feature in the caprese salad and the margarita style pizzas. The common mozzarella we're used to in North America is the mass produced black types that is grated into pizzas or pasta dishes, and this is dried and harder than fresh mozzarella. Then mo ni ang picture sa mozzarella. Caprese salad, then margarita pizza. Ricotta. Ricotta is the very smooth and soft white cheese we eat in lasagna and manicotti. It's made from the way from other cheese and combined and recooked to make ricotta. So, ang ricotta cheese daw kay makuha na nato ni siya sa lasagna. So, finally, as there are so many Italian cheese, but have mascarpone, the quintessential dessert cheese rather. So, mo ni siya ang ricotta cheese. Mascarpone is the quintessential dessert cheese. This cow's milk cheese has a spreadable texture similar to cream cheese. Its most popular usage in the well-known Italian dessert called tiramisu. So the most popular in the Italian dessert is called tiramisu. So I will show you picture of that also. Mao ni siya ang mascarpone nga cheese. Tiramisu is made from coffee soaked ladyfinger cookies layered with a creamy filling made from whipped egg yolk and mascarpone with a huge variety of Italian cheese. So, mao ni ang tiramisu nga dessert. Italy, more than any other European country, adapted the New World ingredients brought over from Latin America in the 16th century. This included potatoes, corn, and coarse tomatoes. It's hard to imagine Italian food today without the tomato. So, ang Italian daw kay ilang mga food, most of their foods are na-adjoy tomatoes. Kay tomatoes abundant in Italian cooking. From rich and rustic tomato sauces to the classic caprese salad made from fresh raw tomatoes, fresh mozzarellas, and fresh basil leaves and drizzled with extra virgin olive oil. Tomatoes in Italy are allowed to ripen on the vine before sale, which makes them especially flavorful. So, potatoes are used to make the delicious dumplings called gnocchi, after eaten as an appetizer instead of soup or pasta. And corn is the main ingredients in polenta, a dish made from finely ground cornmeal boiled in a water or stock. So polenta is a traditionally peasant food and it is used as starchy companion to other ingredients like meat and vegetable. These are hardly the only vegetables that feature prominently in Italian cooking. Popular Italian vegetables include eggplant, zucchini, peppers, spinach rather, and other leafy greens. So Lombardy and Veneto. These two regions are Italy's highest yielding agricultural areas, with rolling fields of olive and lemon trees. The capital of Lombardy is a wealthy city of Milan, and this region is known as the Italian White Belt due to its love of fries, butter, cheese, and cream. So, ang lugar nga Lamborghini sa Italian kay ginaan sila as white belt because due to its love of fries, di ba? Rice is white, butter is white, cheese is naapoy white, di ba? So, and cream also is white. And it is home to the classic rice dish called risotto. The capital city of Veneto is the island city of Venice. So, sa Lombardy, the wealthy city of Milan, while the capital city of Veneto is the island city of Venice, which is linked by a network of canals and bridges. The foods of this region prominently feature fish and polenta. It is preferred staple with pasta and rice following close behind. This region has a strong pastry tradition and is where the rich dessert tiramisu was first created. So diri sa duha ka place sa Italy is the tiramisu was created. So, risotto. Risotto is the most common way to cooking rice in Italy. The special type of rice used for risotto is cooked with copious amount of butter, wine, and broth over time, making it exceedingly creamy. Tuscany. The cuisine of Tuscany is built on a simplicity, and rightly so. Since the fertile landscape produces such as fresh and delicious ingredients, it would be a shame to overwhelm them in any way. It is thought that Tuscany produces some of the world's best olive oils, and it is known for its crisp and flavorful spinach and delicious legumes and beans. So, Tuscany is a famous for a soup of peasant origins, ribollita. The name literally means reboiled. So, as it was often made of leftover minestrone soup, a vegetable bean and pasta soup with a tomato base, and stale bread. Made with an expensive vegetable, this soup was well suited to a peasant returning from a day of hard manual labor in the fields that belonged to their feudal lords. So, maoni ang Ribolita. Campania. Due to heavy immigration of Italian from this region of America, much of our understanding of Italy food comes from this region. Campania's capital city is Naples, considered one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. With the king of history, it's no wonder it has such incredible culinary tradition. In Campania, what we think of as is typically Italian foods and dishes like tomatoes, spaghetti, mozzarella, and of course the pizza are their best. So sa Campania kay ilahang best nga anjud is tomatoes, spaghetti, mozzarella, and pizzas or pizza. Although pizza is eaten all over Italy, it is still considered a Neapolitan dish or from Naples. Neapolitan pizza is quite different from the pizza you get from Domino's or find frozen in the grocery store. So ang pizza sa Neapolitan is lahi gyud sa ubang pizza. An Italian pizza has a thin crust, simple and light toppings, and it is traditionally baked in a wood-fired bricks oven. The high temperature gives the crust and fantastic crunchy texture outside the chewy texture inside. So nothing quite compares to perfectly prepared brick oven pizza. The most common varieties of pizza in these regions are pizza margherita. I will show the picture of this pizza margherita, which has a simple tomato, olive oil, basil, and fresh mozzarella toppings. And pizza marinara, which is topped with a tomato sauce flavored with garlic and oregano but no cheese. While Italian like their pizza toppings they do enjoy a variety of flavors, and toppings can include anchovies, bacon, mushrooms, olives, peppers, and even seafoods. So, Emilia Romagna. This region is well known for being the place where some of Italy's richest cuisine comes from. So, naa sa Emilia Romagna ang mga richest cuisine. So, cheese, butter, cream, and pork product are all important in this part of Italy. So, mao ni ang mga importantes nga ingredients sa Emilia Romagna. This region is also very famous for its pork-based meat product like prosciutto. Prosciutto, a well-known dry-cured ham that is thinly sliced and added to a variety of dishes for its rich, salty flavor pancetta. Pancetta is a salt-cured pork belly meat used similarly to bacon or mortadella. Mortadella is an Italian sausage flavored with spices from the region of Bologna. That is actually the precursor to the Bologna or bologna we eat in sandwiches, and other very popular Italian sausage. So, mao ni ang prosciutto nga ham, mao po ni ang pancetta and the mortadella sausage. So, failed pasta are very popular in the Emilia Romagna also. Romagna region, and there is a numerous range of offerings from the well-known tortellini and rivoli to the lesser-known annolini and capalette and calacci and balanzoni. And Sicily and Sardinia, the two islands that lie off the coast of Italy in the Mediterranean Sea. Sicily and Sardinia also have some of Italy's most interesting cuisine. and having been influenced for centuries by multitude of cultures from Greek and Roman to Arab and Spanish. Sicilian cuisine is a particular drawn from rich Arab roots, and the Arab planted citrus trees, rice, and sugar cane on the island. They also introduced couscous, which features prominently in many fish dishes. So Sicily is known for its delicious dessert. One dessert in particularly has experienced popularity outside of Sicily, the deep fried pastry tube filled with ricotta cheese, sugar, and chocolate called cannoli. Another popular Sicilian dessert export in granetta, a semi-frozen dessert similar to sorbet but with a coarser texture. Granetta made from sugar and water is served flavored with ingredients that grow on the island like almonds, orange, mint, and strawberry. It's no surprise that Sicilian cuisine is rich from fresh fish dishes. Fish like tuna and swordfish are most popular and are plentiful in the waters of the island of coastline. So mao ni ang granita dessert. So Sardinian cuisine is contrast has a more pastoral culinary tradition. Bread, lamb, cheese, and vegetables are eaten here far more often than fish. Sardinians are known for producing excellent sheep milk cheese like ricotta and pecorino, a hard cheese served on pasta or a rich finish to a meal. So a day in life in Italy is a breakfast known as cola colazione is light and often taken at bars and cafes. The strong Italian coffees such as espresso and cappuccino also almost always accompany breakfast, which is served continental style, similarly to that of France, Greece, and Spain. So, ang breakfast sa mga Italian halos kay mag-coffee ra sila. So, ilang lunch is often eaten between noon and 2 p.m. and was traditionally the main meal of Italy eaten with family at home. So, ilang lunch mag-an sila sa 2 p.m. with their family. So, meals in Italy are thought of more as an opportunity to spend quality time with family and friends than the fuel oneself for the day. These meals were often quiet, likely, and usually consisted of 3, 2, or 4 courses. So, on special holiday occasions, Italy meals can go on 4 hours as the dinner enjoys each other company and the many delicious courses. So, the first course is called antipasto, and it means literally before the meal. This course consists of small dishes served either hot or cold. So I will show picture also for this. Traditional antipasto, plural for antipasto, that can be ordered at many Italian restaurants consists of a plate full of tiny sliced corned meats like prosciutto, olives, achoves, artichokes, hearts, and a variety of cheese like provolone and mozzarella. In southern Italy, minestrone soup might be served during the course instead. So following antipasto is the course known as primo, first course, pronounced primo, which will usually feature a hot dish like pasta, which was traditionally eaten as a first course, risotto or noci. So mao ni ang antipasto. An mo po ni ang primo. Ang antipasto kay naa na siya tanan bitaw, while the primo is some is pasta gid siya. So the next course is called segundo. Or the second course, pronounced secondo, and it's considered the main dish. So this course will usually consist of meat or fish dish, which could be veal, pork, chicken, or locally thawed fish. This course will usually be served with contorno or side dish, which may be a salad or vegetable drizzle in olive oil. The next course is called formaggio, and it is considered the first dessert. The formaggio course is generally selected of local cheese and fresh fruits. And the last course is called dolce, sweet, and it is the dessert course that consists of cakes like tiramisu and cookies. So, mao ni ang segundo nga course, shrimp and pasta formaggio, and the dessert is dolce.
Good morning, Mom. I'm Jessa Bikay Tumaroy, and for our topic today, it's all about the cuisine of Latin America. The cuisine of Latin America is although the region of Latin America and the Caribbean were historically populated by native peoples. European exploration and colonization of the New World predominantly by Spain and Portugal brought with it much European culinary influence. So, while Latin American cooking shares elements with Spanish cuisine, it has taken on a distinct regional identity. You've heard of tacos, burritos, and guacamole? Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg in Latin American cooking. The diversity of Latin American cuisine reflects the geographical diversity of the region, from mainland Mexico south through Central America, into the vast expanse of South America and east to encompass the entire Caribbean region. This area has great diversity of places, people and climates. Despite this diversity, this region is united by European colonization that took place hundreds of years ago, which has imparted cohesion to the foundation laid by native Latin American culinary traditions. These basic ingredients include maize or corn beans and salsas made from tomatoes and peppers, rice, among many other foods, brought by Spanish conquistadors, has also become a large staple in much of Latin America. Herbs and spices most commonly used are cilantro and epazote, a native herb that has an earthy and astringent taste. Aromatics are, as always, important in Latin American cuisine, particularly garlic, onions. However, despite many similarities in cooking techniques and ingredients, the Latin region is incredibly large and diverse. So, well, discuss this region culinary traditions individually. Let's talk about spicy pepper. Let's talk about peppers which are very important to Latin American cuisine. So, sa cuisine di ay sa American kay ang spices is very important every time nga magluto sila. When you think of peppers, you probably think hot or spices, right? You're the only partly correct. First, the tiny dried black balls of peppercorns that you grind to make pepper, as in salt and pepper, are not the same as the big green, yellow and red vegetables that you see in the produce section of the grocery store. Small, black, and wrinkly peppercorns come from a flowering vein common near the Indian Ocean. But the brightly colored vegetables are technically a fruit called bell peppers. Bell peppers are a typically type of chili pepper, but they are the only chili pepper that lacks any spiciness. They're sometimes called sweet peppers. To further make a distinction, another well-known member of the chili pepper family you may have heard of is the jalapeno pepper. If you ever encounter this pepper, it is probably that left you with the impression that all peppers are hot and spicy. Although these are two most commonly known to most North Americans, there are many different varieties of chili pepper worldwide, and several of them are common in Latin American cooking. Some chilies you may encounter include the poblano cooking, which is narrower than a bell pepper, dark green, typically thin and has a fairly mild flavor. The banana pepper, also called the yellow wax pepper, is also a middle variety, medium size, and typically yellow pepper. It is often seen picked and placed on sandwich or pizza in North America, some of which is green and very narrow. The habanero, which is small, almost cube shape and orange, and the Scotch bonnet, which looks similar to the habanero but is a much sweeter and exceptionally hot pepper used in popular Caribbean jerk seasoning. Finally, you may have heard of the chipotle peppers and salsas, the sauce of Latin America, are another group of very popular condiments in Latin American cuisine. Typically made from chopped tomatoes, peppers, onion, fresh herbs, particularly cilantro. There are many different types of salsas. And this is the this Latin American dish. Number one, tortilleria. So kini siya na siya egg, and in some of these nakabutang ni siya rice gamay. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then number 2, Peruvian tamales. Sa namin kay siya no. Number 3, house ceviche. Ang yung main ingredients ani mao ang sa taga mao ang shrimp. More in seasoning gini siya. And then 4th, Salvadorian puspuzas. Mura siya og katubitang sa Indian nga makita di na sila mawala pag mag-Ramadan sila. Pero kini kay pamilya murag kaubanan na sila ato. Number 5, sopes. Ambot mao ba na yung pag-pronounce sops or sopes. And the next is the Latin American and Mexico. So, the cuisine of Central America and Mexico. This large and varied region can be separated into 3 geographic zones. This fertile Pacific where much fruit and sugar is grown. The Central Highlands where cattle is raised and coffee is widely grown, and the forested area of the Northeast which is not well suited to agriculture. While the staples of rice, beans, and corn are prevalent in all of these regions, which has its own distinct regional dishes. For instance, Nicaraguans like a corn-based tamale, which is a stem corn na stuffed with the meat and vegetables called a nakatamal. El Salvadorians enjoy their pupusas. So katong sa pikas nga video na dito, di ba na-attach itong mga 5 best in Latin American nga mga pagkaon. So nani siya dito na bilong, which are stuffed corn tortillas. O mo to siya katubitang murag atong nga part sa lima nani siya dito. And then is a popular dish consisting of a mixture of rice and beans that is eaten with regularly. The cuisines along the tropical coast, Panama, Nicaragua, Belize, and Honduras all share similar ingredients with their Caribbean neighbors like coconut, plantains, bananas, and cassava, which is a woody shrub that grows throughout most of Latin America. Cassava has a starch root that can be eaten like potato in chunks or mash. Also, produce tapioca o pudding fame. Countries like Guatemala, which has the largest Native American population, draw more of their dishes from ancient Mayan tradition. And some its own foods, much like their ancestors. This cuisine includes dishes made with corn, beans, and squash, and some turkey. So, ang ilang po din kuan kay naggamit po sila kuan nga mga turkey kanang ilang pang ibutan sa ilang silang mga dish. Pero di gid mawala ang ilang mga beans, and then pareha po din sila sa tag-ana kanang related na gyapon din sila sa katong sa cuisine of Latin America. Okay, naman po yung mga part diani nga makita sa cuisine of Latin America, which is kining kuan pupusas, kini siya katong naay corn nga nakabutang kay tortillas. So, next, Mexico is a large country with incredibly varied terrain. So it is no surprise that its cuisine is just as diverse and varied, but about a third of the size of the United States. Mexico boasts high mountains, desert forests, coastal plains, and plateaus, as well as a deep history of food. When the Spanish arrived in Mexico in 1519, they found that the Aztecs had already created a strong culinary tradition that drew from ingredients never before seen by Europeans. Oh, okay. So, ang Mexico gyud ang Mexico gyud daw ang nagkuan sa kanang mga nanay history about food. Ay nga abot ang kanang Spanish atong 1519. Then, ingredients like corn, chilies, beans, tomatoes, avocado, squash, and chocolate were all new to Europeans. So ang Mexico gyud na gyud nila ning mga ingredients nga corn, chilies, beans, tomatoes, avocado, squash, and chocolate. Dayon na discover lang tungod kay nga ni man ang taga Spanish. In fact, many of the corn-based dishes we enjoy today can be attributed to the Aztec exotic fruits like pineapples and papayas found exclusively in the region. So, ang ilang exotic fruits dito is pineapples and papayas. Unlike sa ato adani, ang pineapples ug ang papayas common na makita na nato og matanom na po nato sa ato ang tugaran. Pero pag sa Mexico, ang sa tag-ana exotic na siya nga fruits, and then mo nang ang ubang tagalaing nason maadto didto, then makita sila kuan murag silbi mailan gyud dayon nila nga wala sa ilahan ni nga mo ni nga pagkaon ug mao nang sa tag-ana murag mabaguan sila. And of course, chocolate apple to the Spanish conquistador. Over the 3 centuries following the Spanish domination over the Aztecs, the culinary tradition of the Old World began to mix with those of the New World, and entirely new cuisine of emerge, which today is the rich tapestry of Mexican cuisine. Spices and herbs we now associate with this cuisine. So dili ra gyud ay India or somewhere in kanang mga nasa mga Middle East ang magamit og mga chili powder or mga spices, herbs. Apil na pud sa mga Mexico. So sa tag-ana ng present yun always ang mga spices nga mga ingredients such as cinnamon, black pepper, thyme, and bay leaf were actually brought by the Spanish and incorporated into the existing traditions. The Spanish also introduced wheat, onions, and meat, which had previously been a luxury in pre-Columbian Mexico, like cattle, chickens, and pigs. Regionalism is just as much a part of Mexican cuisine as it is part of Central American cuisine. Central Mexico feature a legacy of pastries influenced by the French who were present in that area in 19th century. So, particularly the Usaga region is famous for its incredible variety of dried chilies, from which the region's delicious malls, chili and nati sauce are made. The western states produce the dishes most commonly associated with Mexican cuisine, like saan siya pag-pronounce ani ha? Like enchiladas, tacos, and puzzle, a delicious soup made from homey corn filled with a variety of ingredients pronounced pozole. As you might imagine, that coastal areas are known for incorporating fish into many dishes. The food found in Gulf state is particularly interesting as it served as the main East Coast port of Mexico and was heavily influenced by Spanish culture. Olive oil is widely used in the region, as well as green olives added to many dishes. In addition, there is a strong Caribbean African influence due to the legacy of African slaves who were brought by Spanish to work on sugar plantation. Not surprisingly, coconut and plantains are often found in many of the regional dishes here. These are not a variety of pepper but are actually smoked jalapenos. These peppers add a distinct smoky and spicy flavor to dish. Well, some of these peppers are served chopped up in a sauce of salsas. Many of varieties of chili pepper are dried, pulverized, and used as spice in Latin cooking. This powder is not surprisingly called chili powder. For example, a dried poblano pepper is called ancho chili. What we in North American often buy as a chili powder is actually a blend of pure dried chilies, cumin, sometimes other spices. So, present yun ang mga spices din ha. Bisan unsa tag-ana, bisan napud ay mga sa tua common siya nga mga prutas pag abot didto sa ilaha di ay kay unsa tag-ana ng kanang exotic hot sauce. Have you heard of cayenne pepper? This spicy chili pepper is commonly found in a powdered form, but it's also the main ingredient in many popular hot sauce. If you've been to a Latin American restaurant, you've like seen a few bottles of sauce on the table, some with warning on the label. These are varieties of hot sauce and are prepared with chili peppers, vinegar, and salt. Hot sauce is common table seasoning throughout all of Latin America, often placed right next to the salt and pepper. Despite what you may think, hot sauce does not just add spicy heat. You actually can taste the chili pepper that is made from, however, to our North American palate, which is far less accustomed to regularly spicy food unless used very sparingly. This hot sauce seems to overpower all flavor and just taste hot. If you regularly consume spicy foods, you may probably be able to taste more of the chili pepper flavor rather than just heat. So, based ako ang nasabtan sa cuisine of Latin America and then sa Mexico, na mga part nga related sila like mga sitag-ana ka ng mga dishes nga maoy sila maoy base nila, and then og gatong about sa mga dili gid mawala ang mga spicy nga mga ingredients nga makita sa cuisine of America, then makita pud sa Mexico, og makita pud siya sa katong sa Middle East nga cuisine. So mostly gyud dili gid mawala sa maong nga ingredients ang mga spicy, mga chili peppers or unsa pa na dinha. Naagi siya always og sa tag-ana ng lisod na mga part nga lisod kayo pangbasahon. Then like katong mga base nga mga pagkaon nila na part aton nga mura bitog sa tag-ana ng ang naay part didto nga pareha sa Middle East nga pagkaon naapod sila. And so ako man sabtan og mao ra to. Thank you.